Hello friends, today we will do the Einstein coefficient for a laser. Derivation of relation, discussion and importance. Einstein showed the interaction of radiation with matter with the help of three processes called stimulated absorption, spontaneous emission and stimulated emission. I have already discussed these three processes in a separate video lecture. So let us derive the Einstein coefficient relation on the basis of above theory. Now for example, we have n1 number of atoms per unit volume in the ground state E1. We have a ground state E1 and upper state E2. We have ground state E1 and upper state E2, and suppose N1 be the number of atoms per unit volume in state 1. Now suppose R1 is the rate of absorption of light by E1 to E2 transition by the process called stimulated absorption. Now what is basically stimulated absorption? I will review here again that we will provide external energy to the electrons present in the state E1. Now this energy will be absorbed by these electrons and these electrons will be excited to the upper state. So R1 is the rate of absorption of light for E1 to E2 transition by stimulated absorption. Now as R1 that is rate of absorption will be proportional to the number of atoms per unit volume in the ground state E1, more the number of electrons atoms per unit volume, more will be the possibility of rate of absorption. More the energy provided in the ground state electrons, more will be the possibility of R1. So R1 will be proportional to the energy density, that is energy per unit volume of radiation. So if we combine these two relations, that is R1 directly proportional to N1 into E, or R1 equals to B1 to N1E, where B12 is known as Einstein's coefficient of stimulated absorption. It represents the probability of absorption of radiation. Energy density is defined as the incident energy on an atom as per unit volume in a state. So this is our equation 1. Now atoms in the upper state, atoms in the higher energy level E2 can fall to the ground state E1 automatically by its own after 10 to the minus 8 seconds. That is spontaneous emission, that is by its own. So after 10 to the minus 8 seconds, the electrons will de-excited to the ground state. Now this rate of spontaneous emission, that is R2, is independent of energy density of the radiation field. We are not providing any energy. So R2 is proportional to the N2, that is number of electrons or atoms per unit volume in the state 2, upper state, or R2 is equals to A21 and 2, where A21 is known as Einstein's coefficient for spontaneous emission. It represents the probability of spontaneous emission. Now atoms can also fall back to the ground state E1 under the influence of electromagnetic field of radiation. Incident energy, that is E2 minus E1 equals to h nu. This thing I have discussed all these three processes in detail in separate lecture. So this is known as stimulated emission, because here R3, that is the rate of stimulated emission, depends upon N2, R3 proportional to N2, R3 also proportional to E, that is energy provided to these electrons present in state E2. So R3 proportional to N2, R3 proportional to E. So R3 proportional to N2 into E, or R3 is equals to B21 N2E, where B21 is known as Einstein coefficient for stimulated emission, and it represents the probability of stimulated emission. Now, in steady state, that is at thermal equilibrium, the two emission rates, spontaneous and stimulated, must balance the rate of absorption. That is R1 equals to R2 plus R3, that is absorption equals to emission. Now using equations 1, 2 and 3, if we put equations 1, 2 and 3, above equation will become N1B12E equals to N2A21 plus N2B21E, or N1B12E minus N2B21E is equals to N2A21. Now take out E common here, okay, then E is equals to N2A21 upon N1B2 minus N2B21, okay, or N2A21 by N2B21. Within bracket we will get N1B12 by N2B21 minus 1, because we have taken common N2B21 from the denominator, or E is equals to A21 by B21 equals to 1 upon N1 by N2 B12 minus B21, B12 upon B21 minus 1, equation number 4. Now Einstein proved that probability of stimulated absorption is equal to the probability of stimulated emission, that is B12 approximately equals to B21. Then equation 4 will become A21 by B21 within bracket 1 by N1 by N2 minus 1, equation number 5. Now from Boltzmann distribution law, the ratio of population of two levels and temperature T is expressed as N1 by N2 e raised to power E2 minus E1 upon K2, or as E2 minus E1 is equals to h nu, so N1 by N2 is equals to e raised to power h nu by Kt, where K is the Boltzmann constant, h is Planck's constant. Now substitute value of N1 by N2 in equation number 5. In equation number 5, here put the value of N1 upon N2. So equation 5 will become E is equals to A21 by B21 within bracket 1 upon e raised to power h nu by Kt minus 1. Now according to Planck's radiation law, the energy density of black body radiation, because we are talking about radiation, of frequency nu at temperature T is given by E equals to 8 pi h nu cube upon c cube within bracket 1 upon e raised to power h nu by Kt minus 1. Now here you can see, if we compare equations 6 and 7, these two are common. So A21 by B21 will be equals to 8 pi h nu cube by c cube. So this is the relation between Einstein coefficient in laser. This is the relation. Okay, this A21 by B21 equals to 8 pi h nu cube by c cube. Okay, here you can see that what is A21? What is A21? A21 is about the probability of spontaneous emission. This is probability of stimulated emission. So this ratio is proportional to the nu cube, frequency cube. All other things are constant, that is 8 is constant, pi is constant, h is constant, and c is constant. So significance, by this relation, A21 by B21 equals to 8 pi h nu cube by c cube. This shows that ratio of Einstein coefficient of spontaneous emission to the stimulated absorption is proportional to the cube of frequency nu. It should not be absorption. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Einstein coefficient of stimulated emission is proportional to the cube of frequency. It means that at thermal equilibrium, the probability of spontaneous emission increases rapidly with the energy difference between the two states. Okay, so more the frequency, more will be the spontaneous emission, lesser will be the stimulated emission. Lesser the frequency, more will be the stimulated emission. So more the stimulated emission means more the population inversion, stimulated emission, all these things are interrelated with each other. So there will be more chances to achieve the laser. Thank you. I hope you have understood the derivation, and if there is any doubt, please share in the comments section. Thank you. Thanks a lot.